Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Velocity Courses and Coaching. Glad to be here with you guys. I hope you guys are doing good today, and I hope that whatever business you are diving into, or whatever type of success or goals that you are working on in your life, I hope everything is going well for you. On this podcast, I'm going to be talking about ebooks and exactly who can write an ebook. That's going to be the first thing that I cover. More or less, who is ebook writing for? And number two, what can you write about with your first ebook? These are two very important things to think about. As a matter of fact, the second option is going to be the most important thing for your first book. Is you deciding what you want to write about. I went for the longest time and never thought that I'd ever be able to write a book or write anything like that at all. And I was wrong. My first ebook was actually a book talking about guide dogs and how to take care of your guide dog, the things to do and the things not to do. In some people's eyes, they look at it as kind of a getting started with your guide dog, just to kind of show you the ins and outs of what to do and what not to do. And it didn't take me long at all. I wrote that book within probably 2 weeks. Maybe a little less. And it wasn't a book that I wrote to, put out there to make a bunch of money off of. It was more about writing the book to do it for the experience and then publishing it. And I had set the book at a low price. And that's something else I'm going to be talking to you about, is the pricing for your book. So hopefully this will help you out. If you're looking to get started with writing a book, I think ebooks is the easiest way to go about writing a book, because you can do everything yourself. If you're going to write a book that's going to end up, getting published and becoming a hardback book, obviously you're going to have to do a lot more with the editors and the proofreaders and all this other stuff. But an ebook is so simple to do. Really anyone could do it. I mean, honestly, a 10-year-old kid could write an ebook. It's that simple. So let's dive into it. Hopefully this will motivate you to write your first ebook. It's also a lot of fun. Okay, if you're going to write a book and if it's boring to you, then you probably shouldn't be writing that book. You want to write about something that's going to be exciting, right? So first things first, who is it for? Well, we pretty much already covered that. Anyone can write an ebook, but it's honestly for those that, have a little bit of adventure in their life, for, doing different things in your life. Maybe you've never wrote a book at all in your life. Maybe you've never tried anything new at all in your life. This would be a good way to test your abilities, right? So if you're wondering, can I write is this for me? Well, if you have a good story, if you know how to build something, if you know how to repair something, if you know about hiking, a mountain, or Adventures of the Niagara Falls, or whatever, you've got a story to write about. My biggest book that I'm still working on is probably going to be one of the longest books that I've ever wrote, and it's basically a book about my life growing up visually impaired, the challenges I've been through, the mistakes that I've made, the lessons that I've learned, all the way up to where I am today. So take your skills, whatever skills you might have, or maybe you travel, whatever it might be, then this is for you. And you have a chance to make a profit off of it, a really good profit. But I want to give you some advice. When you write your first book, give out free copies. Let people read what you've wrote. You got to build your audience. And if no one's never heard of you before, it's going to be harder for you to get your book out to people. And when you publish your book on Amazon, there are thousands and thousands of books. So you got to do your homework for maybe doing some advertising and all that stuff. Do your homework. You get to make your book cover. You get to do all that. You get to put the picture on the front of your book. Everything. It's all up to you. But it's very simple for your book to be published. Okay? Very simple. So, is it for you? You have to decide that. And number 2, what skills do you have? Take a skill, take a trip, whatever you want, and put it into your first ebook. I'm going to dive in more maybe in some other podcasts in more detail about publishing your book, doing advertising, and all that stuff. So if that's something that you're looking for, maybe you've already got the ebook, but you're just making no sales, then you need to hit the subscribe button. Join us here. That way when we publish these other podcasts or videos, you will be able to take advantage of that and learn what works the best. So hopefully this will help you out and help you decide if you're going to write an ebook or not. Honestly, it comes down to one thing. It comes down to you deciding. Do you want to write a book or don't you? This is John with Velocity Courses and Coaching. Thank you for listening to this podcast. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and I wish you the best with your success.